Hey, Open Table Community Church. Decided to change my venue just a little bit today because it kind of goes with what I was wanting to talk about. But I got a couple announcements before I give you a prayer challenge for today. We have a ton going on in the next couple nights. Tonight at 7 o'clock, we've got a women's meeting on Zoom. If you didn't get the link via email or the Facebook page, reach out to me so I can make sure you get that. But it's kind of important that ladies go to tonight's meeting because it's kind of where they're going to decide where they go from here. Also, after that at 8 o'clock, we're going to have a similar youth gathering in Zoom. I sent the link out today. It's a chance to get together and connect and talk about what we do next. There's actually some fun options we can do we've been looking into, as well as regular meetings. So if you are a student and you've never been to youth, man, this would be a great one to go to. If you're a regular attender, we really need you there. So that's going on. Then tomorrow night at 8:30, I forgot to put the time in the email. I'll send out another one. But tomorrow night at 8:30, we're going to have a night of worship. I actually participated in one of these last night, and it was beautiful. So we're going to all gather in the Zoom app and sing some songs together and pray and just kind of support and care for each other, pray for each other while we worship tomorrow night at 8:30. So make sure you hit that link and join us tomorrow night. Okay, for today, Esther and I were praying, and actually prayed with our kids this morning about coping mechanisms. A lot of us don't realize that stress is kind of a zero-sum game. We take in X amount of stress via life, and we let go of X amount of stress via our coping mechanisms, or the things that we do that relieve stress. And a lot of times stress goes up, and we recognize when that happens, and we recognize why we're so stressed out and why we're so having such a hard time coping with things. But we don't realize sometimes when our coping mechanisms disappear, a lot of times that's less easy to recognize, and still our stress level goes up because we're not letting off that same amount of stress. Well, recently, a lot of us have had some of our coping mechanisms taken away. So what I want you to pray for, and what I'm hoping we'll all pray for each other, is for creativity and innovation in our coping mechanisms, for ways to relieve stress and to find new ways. We spent last summer studying the book of Psalms, and I've been living in the book of Psalms kind of ever since. And these were David's coping mechanisms. He wrote poetry and music as a way to deal with his stress. When you read the Psalms, a lot of them aren't happy because he wasn't feeling happy when he did it, but it just feels like the way David coped was to do art for God. And so what I'm praying is for some new creativity in all of us as we, if your house is like my house, man, tensions have risen a little bit. And things have gotten a little bit crazy as some of your coping mechanisms are removed. Some of us shop to deal with stress, and now money's tighter and stores are closed. Some of us hang out with friends to let off stress, and all of a sudden we're told we can't do that. And some of us, even clean the house, as a coping mechanism. Now the kids are here all day and they're not at school anymore, and so bottom line is we're losing coping mechanisms, and it's causing our stress to go up. So let's pray for creativity and pray for the people in the church as we all, feel our stressors going up and our ways to cope with them going down. We need new creative ways to cope with our stress. So that's your prayer challenge for today, Open Table. Start praying that we be creative in how we, in our coping mechanisms, how we relieve stress in this season. So I love you. You have a people. Call or text if you need anything. Don't miss the meetings coming up. Tonight, women. Right after that at 8 o'clock, youth. Tomorrow night, a night of worship as we gather together in the Zoom app and sing and pray together. So I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to see you. I'll be back on here tomorrow.